Hey folks, guess what I'm doing? I am making a couple of corn dogs. Vegan corn dogs, by the way. But let me get to some actual content. So usually I start these videos out and I don't necessarily know where they're gonna go. This video, I wanna talk about three main things. I wanna discuss my appearances now on radio, which appear to be a regular thing. My anxiety that is related to that. And third thing is Politicon, because I consumed a lot of Politicon over the weekend, and I'm still consuming it as there is a lot that came out of there. So first up, radio. So I am now doing the radio. I have, today I made my second appearance on a roundtable on News Talk 1010, which is, it's AM radio, but it's a major station in Toronto. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to be on the radio. But something that I have really learned, and I continue to learn, is my anxiety is just terrible. So this second time was a lot better because I sort of knew what to expect this time. The first time was I had anxiety for like weeks leading up to my first appearance. And my anxiety is so, I don't know if anybody watching this has anxiety, but it is debilitating. It really prevents you from living your life, from having a normal day. So when your mind is so focused on your body, so it's a lot of it's just body. Like it's not even intentional. Like going into that first roundtable discussion, mentally I'm like, why do I feel this way? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why I feel sick to my stomach, why I feel nervous. I generally know what I'm talking about. And even if I don't, people make mistakes all the time on radio, on television, and we all just forget about it. And I really didn't understand why I felt as shitty as I did. And the second time's the same way. Like a lot of anxiety beforehand. Luckily, like I said, it wasn't as much. But once the mics turn on and I'm on air, I can't say it completely goes away, but it takes a back seat. And I'm able to actually refocus and, be a member in the discussion and make some coherent points, I hope, when I'm on. So the whole thing has been great. It's going to continue, so I'm on again on Thursday, and there may be another opportunity that's coming up related to this radio station. So more on that if that all comes to fruition, which has my anxiety even worse. So there is I can't. I just want a normal life. So this is why I went to Peru like 4 years ago. I don't know. I think it was 4 years ago. And did ayahuasca for a week. I wanted to help with that anxiety. It helped a little bit at the time. It really helped with depression. Depression completely that I had at the time went completely away. It helped with some other odd things that I know if I tell you about it, you're going to be like, oh, David, you're just crazy. But I'm telling you, like, I used to not be able to eat onions. Anytime I ate an onion, it would hurt. It would really bother my stomach. When I came back from Peru, the first meal I had was chicken fajitas. And there were onions in them. And I'm like, screw it. Like, I enjoy eating onions. Like, they taste good. They just bother me. I usually just deal with it. I ate the onions, and nothing happened. I was fine. And I kept eating onions, and I was fine. So I know it sounds crazy, but I swear to God, ayahuasca cured me of whatever onion issue I had. So the onion problem is gone. But it's like, okay, thanks, ayahuasca. Thanks for helping with the onions, but I really wanted you to help with my real issue, which is the anxiety. I could deal with not eating onions sometimes, but anxiety all the time is a problem. But I'm going to have to just continue fighting through it. And it's in some ways, it's good to have some anxiety. It's good to have this internal pressure to want to do better, want to learn more, want to continue to improve yourself. So anxiety in that sense isn't completely terrible, but to the level that I have it, it is terrible. it makes it really hard just to do things that I want to do that give me anxiety, like being on the radio. What else? So let's go to, let me get to Politicon. Switching arms here. Politicon. So I look at Politicon as entertainment. People really should not take debates too seriously in terms of their ability to impact on people. Now, I say that knowing that there are some debates that for sure have turned people. Like, if you have seen Sam Seder debate a libertarian, I know from listening to his show, people have called in saying, hey, Sam, I used to be a libertarian, then I watched your debates, and now I'm a leftist. So it can absolutely work. But in the context of like Politicon, where the people watching these debates generally are people that are already into politics, already follow things, or are already a fan of, say, a Charlie Kirk or a Cenk Uygur, I don't really know how many minds are changing in that sort of setting. So for me, I mean, at least for me, because I'm already educated on these issues, I see it as entertainment, especially when it's people on the left and people in the center. So there's a panel from Politicon. I think it's Should We Be Socialists? I think it's called. You can see it on TYT has it on their page, but I think Kyle Kalinske actually has a better version of it with better audio. But I really enjoyed that because you have Bakari Sellers, you have the creator of Daily Kos, Marcos Mulukakis, whatever his name is, Kyle Kalinske, David Pakman, Anna Kasparian, Sam Seder. It's the first time ever I have seen progressives outnumber centrists anywhere. On a panel, on television, it never happens. Nobody ever sets up an event that way. So to see this discussion unfold and Kyle and Anna especially really destroy the panel. I mean, they're fantastic. Sam is also great. Because Sam was actually the moderator in the debate, he didn't do as much, I say, input on a lot of these discussions. And David Pakman didn't actually talk all that much. I think it's one of those things where there's maybe one too many people on the panel, and it's hard to get a word in edgewise in that sort of situation. But really great discussion. It was so enjoyable. The other, I mean, there's a few things I really suggest watching. Sam Seder and Charlie Kirk. Now, I know the Hassan Piker-Charlie Kirk debate got all the attention, but no. If you want an actual, a real debate that exposes how the conservative pundit, how they twist stats, twist facts, watch that debate with Sam Seder and Charlie Kirk. I'm still looking for the last 10 minutes of it because the person shooting it like left before it was over. So hopefully those last 10 minutes are online somewhere. But man, it's so good. It's so good. And look, honestly, Sam Seder debating anybody is really enjoyable to watch. Out of any of the political commentators, Sam Seder really has a strong grasp on the facts. Now, I know some of you out there may not completely agree with his strategy and how he goes and how he views the Democratic Party, but I think a lot of people haven't watched him enough to truly understand. So I don't know. I was actually also surprisingly impressed by Charlie Kirk in that debate. So Charlie Kirk generally comes off as somebody who's just completely, makes it up on the fly, complete bullshit. He did his homework with Sam Seder, and he tried to use some stats, some statistics, some data to try and twist the view of what Trump has done, but no. Sam shut it down because Sam knew the facts as well, and he knew the facts in actual context and was able to deliver them in a way showing you that, hey, Charlie Kirk is saying this, but that's not actually true. This is what's going on. It's so well done. But yeah, watch it. So what else? Cenk Uygur, Tucker Carlson, I enjoyed as well. Some people were bothered. I saw a bit of this online. Some people were bothered that Cenk was maybe too nice to Tucker Carlson. But in that moment, when Tucker Carlson is saying things like, yeah, corporations don't pay their employees enough, I mean, yes, Tucker is, in my opinion, using it as a way to try and grab some people on the left and bring them that's my hot dogs. Use people on the, or trying to use some left-wing points like that to try and bring people over. I don't think it's gonna work. I really don't think people that are watching the Young Turks are now gonna be like, oh, Tucker Carlson, all right, I'm gonna start watching Tucker Carlson and Fox News. That's not gonna work that way. But yeah, it's hard to shut down a fascist or a white nationalist, which I think Tucker Carlson is both, when they aren't espousing those views on that panel right there. So I don't know, I think Cenk did great in the debate. But again, maybe if you watch that and you don't know anything about anything, you think, oh, Tucker seems reasonable. But I don't know who's watching political debates between Cenk Uygur and Tucker Carlson who don't follow politics at all. So if anything, I think Cenk did a great job at speaking to conservatives that may be watching Tucker Carlson because they like Tucker, they don't know who Cenk is, or they don't care. And then Cenk's making these points about money and politics and about immigration in a way that Tucker tries to obscure. But Cenk really breaks it down and exposes, you know, like Tucker Carlson's talking points about how changing demographics is scary, which comes off as obviously racist. And then Cenk asks him about that, and Tucker never actually directly answers the question. So, I don't know. You know, I would hope somebody watching that is able to see, wait, why didn't Tucker answer that question? He pretends to answer the question, but all he says is, oh, change can be scary for people. Changing demographics is a scary thing. But then doesn't break down, sure, maybe people are initially scared because they see, oh, that person doesn't look like me, so I'm scared of them. But when you break down the facts and you educate people, that's how they become unscared. And they are no longer scared of the other because they actually understand that immigrants are producing less crime than people born in the U.S. And I think a large part of that is because immigrants don't want to be sent away. I mean, whatever the reason is, the facts are immigrants there are less criminals that are immigrants than the percentage of people that are born in the U.S. that are criminals. So anyways, I also say watch that debate. There's a lot. Oh my God, one more mention, I have to. Anna Kasparian on the Medicare for All panel. This was on Saturday. Just, oh my God. She, out of, I think, any of the panels, any of the debates, she destroyed. And she was on with Bill Kristol, Dr. Drew, and another guy, I forget his name, but the other guy, I think, was pro-Medicare for All. But she just destroyed Bill Kristol and Dr. Drew. It was, and you could tell that they weren't expecting that. You could tell they saw this, oh, look at this young woman from TYT. Oh, she looks nice. She's just here to be pretty. And then she fucking blows her socks off. It was great to see. And this is why mainstream media doesn't invite on people like Anna Kasparian or Cenk Uygur or Kyle Kulinski, because they will absolutely destroy these centrists and right-wingers. So there you go. I think that's it. I gotta start eating my my lunch here. Oh yeah, my radio appearance for today is up online. I'm gonna just start posting these online. I'm not gonna, you know, have a big intro or anything for them. I'm just gonna post the straight up audio. So if people want to listen to that, they can. I know a lot of it is Canadian centric, so if you're not Canadian, you might not care. But then there are also topics that are just sort of general. Like at the end of today's show, we talked about pedestrians that don't move out of the way. So, I mean, stuff like that is relatable to anyone. So yeah, if that interests you, check it out. And that's it. Let me know how you're all doing. Bye.